We've worked on word problems that you have to multiply for, and we've also worked on word problems that you have to divide for. The harder ones are when you have to decide, is this a multiplication or a division problem? Now, I've written down the steps in problem solving, so I hope that everybody has those written in their notes somewhere. Let's look at our first problem. Corona has 5 yards of ribbon. She needs 1/3 yard of ribbon to make a bow for each package. How many packages can she wrap? Let's look at the first part of problem solving. We're going to understand the problem by asking, what is the question? So I'll underline my question. How many packages can she wrap? And then what information do I know? She has 5 yards and she needs 1/3 of a yard to make a bow for each package. Now we see some key words, but we've got to figure out whether they're really used for multiplication or division, because we know that of is associated with multiplication, and we've got that in there a couple of times. And we've got each, which is sometimes multiplication and sometimes division. Now remember that when we have of for multiplication, it means you have to have a certain number or certain part of an amount. Not just like 5 yards of ribbon. It's not an amount of ribbon. It's 5 yards was our amount of ribbon. So this of is not telling us that we need to multiply. Now, it says that she needs 1/3 of a yard. 1/3 yard of ribbon. And that, again, we're not saying like she has 1/3 of 4 yards. We don't have an amount for the of. That one's not going to mean multiplication either. So the big thing we want to look at is we have a total, a number of groups, and the number in each group. And what we need to find out is one of these numbers that we have, is it going to be a total? So she has a total amount. She has 5 yards. So we'll put that down for our total. 5 yards. Don't forget your units. So whenever we have a total, that's going to be a clue that we have to divide. So even though we've looked at the key words, the most important part is we realize we have the total amount. And then this 1/3 of a yard will be either the number of groups or the number in each group. So let's use 1/3 as the number in each group. If you mess up the number in each group and the number of groups, you'll still get the right answer. It's the total that's going to be important. So if we have 5 yards and 1/3 of a yard in each group, then our value we're looking for is going to be the number of groups. And when we start with the total, we do division. So we're going to do 5 divided by 1/3. And that is going to equal, we multiply by the reciprocal. So we're going to say that is 5 over 1 times 3 over 1. That gives us 15 bows. Okay, so let's see, we planned that we had to do division, then we solved our division problem. Now we have to check, did I answer the question? Did I tell how many packages she can wrap? Yes, I can tell because 15 is the number of bows that she's going to have. Now let's make sure the answer makes sense. If we have 1/3 of a yard to make a bow for each one, how many bows can you make with 1 yard? You could make 3 bows with 1 yard. 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 would give me 3 bows. And if I multiplied that by 5, that gives me 15. So our answer makes sense.